Hi guys, Wanjiko Karaoke is my name, and today I'm excited to come to you and speak about the key to a happy marriage. I've been married for the last 15 years, and honestly I can tell you that marriage is a beautiful thing. I have enjoyed marriage. Before I got married, I would hear people say that they have really struggled in marriage. They have really gone through so much, and I would fear getting married because of the experiences that I had about people. But there's something I have taught myself for the last 15 years that people are not the same. We are different people. We come from different backgrounds. We are brought up differently, and God has blessed us in very many different ways. And we can be successful in everything we do if we only decide to be successful. So there's a book I was reading for a lady called Nancy Campbell. Nancy Campbell is a lady who has written a book that is called The Secrets to a Fascinating Womanhood. And that book has taught me so much about a happy marriage and how to ensure that you have a happy marriage despite the hardships or the many things that you are going through. Because of course marriage has so many things that we go through. For example, some feel that they would want to divorce because maybe there are things that are not going right in their marriages. Some feel that they don't want to be with their partners because of things that are happening. For example, maybe the partner is not providing, maybe the partner is not supportive. And I was asking myself, how do I ensure that my marriage is happy? And how I, as Miriam Wanjiko, has ensured that my marriage is successful? And the reason I thought about this is because sometimes you find yourself getting angry in your marriage because of a very petty thing. You get angry because maybe somebody did not provide what you expected them to provide to you. There are women who feel that their husbands should buy them cars when they want. There are women who feel that their women should build them big houses when they want. And what if that is not possible? What are you supposed to do as a woman? And there are points that I had written because there are things that I always say, I as Wanjiko Karaoke, that when I correct my mistakes, I as Wanjiko, I am going to help my partner correct their mistakes. I am going to encourage them to correct their mistakes. And which are those mistakes maybe which I make? How do I talk to my husband? How do I communicate to him verbally? Or even through maybe how I act in the house, because communication is in very many ways. So how do I communicate to him? How do I talk to him? And how do I ensure that I'm positive when I am talking to him? And I had written those points. And one point that I had written, the first one, is increase your own confidence as a woman. Serenity and goodness are good and attractive qualities in women. You see, if you become a kind woman to your husband, like, kindness is just awesome. There's no way you will become kind to a person and they become unkind to you. And even if they become unkind to you, it will not be forever. They'll one day remember that you became kind to them and they will respond. I always say that the harsh and cold men respond when you become kind to them, when you become wonderful and loving to them. They respond, even if they were harsh, even if they were cold, because kindness is attractive. And if you become kind to your husband, it becomes such an attractive experience that they want to be with you always, they want to listen to you, and they want to be, as in they want to communicate with you always because your words are kind. The other point I had written is enjoy being a mother and a homemaker. Do you enjoy being who you are as a mother in your home? Do you enjoy being the mother to your kids? Do you enjoy being the wife to your husband? Do you love your marriage? Because you cannot stick to a marriage that you don't love. You cannot stick to a partner that you do not love. Do you enjoy doing the duties that you do in the house for your family? Ama, you keep complaining that whatever you do, you are not the one who is supposed to do it. For example, if it is supporting your husband in whatever way you are supporting them, either financially, either emotionally, either in any way, do you support them willingly, or do you do it complaining? Because you have to enjoy what you do as a mother in your home. The other point I had written is take care of yourself, your health, your appearance, your diet, look attractive and glow. I always say that, what is that you stopped doing as a wife, that which you used to do when you were courting? Because I always believe that that person who you are in a relationship with right now loved you because of who you are when you were courting. What is that different that you were doing when you were courting? What is that you stopped doing? Is it being kind? Is it loving? Is it being caring? Is it being sympathetic? Is it being humble? Is that something that you stopped doing and all of a sudden your marriage changed? And maybe you're there complaining and saying that your husband does not love you anymore. Your husband does not care about you anymore. Your husband does not support you anymore. And do you ask yourself, which are these mistakes that I'm supposed to correct? Which are these things that I ceased doing that I used to do? Because if you used to be a very kind person and all of a sudden you become arrogant, of course your husband has seen something has changed, and of course they will also change. They're like, if this person has changed, then I don't need to be kind to them because they're unkind to me. And as I have said, if you correct your mistakes, you push the other person to become a better person. The other point is reveal the natural secrets of feminine dress, charm and mannerisms that are enchanting or attractive to men. This is, how do you dress? Is there a way you used to dress and all of a sudden you stopped? Were you that kind of a woman who used to be very clean, that kind of woman who used to be very charming, that kind of woman who used to be very attractive, and all of a sudden your husband is seeing somebody else? Of course, life changes, our body changes, very many things change when we get married, maybe due to maybe when we give birth. But my question is, are you still that charming wife that your husband met? Or there are those things that you have changed until they feel they do not want to be with you again? And you see, if a person doesn't want to be with you, it will be evident. Like they don't want to be your partners. Reasons because you cannot hide. You cannot pretend to love a person you don't love anymore. Love is just, it's automatic. You cannot hide it. So as a wife, what is that you stopped doing? What is that you're supposed to do and you're not doing? The other point is learning how to obtain womanly needs and wants in such a way that your husband enjoys giving them to you. There are those responsibilities that are men's. And if your man is not able to provide for the family, or maybe to handle the responsibilities that he's supposed to handle, how do you communicate to him as a wife? How do you tell him that you feel that what he used to do or what he's supposed to do, he is not doing them anymore? Because there comes a time maybe when you people are financially down, or maybe the job has just ended and you don't know what to do, or maybe the husband is not doing what he used to do before. How do you communicate to him, telling him that things have changed? How is your communication skill to him? Do you go shouting at him and telling him, mi naona hata zile vitu ulikuwa unatufanyia kitambo umeacha, tumeanza kuchoka? You know, how do you communicate to him about it? Because a woman is an encourager, a woman is a supporter, a woman is a pillar. So how do you communicate that to your husband? And I believe there are better ways to communicate to a person, even if there's negative things, and you make them feel encouraged to do what they are supposed to do. And as a woman, that is your responsibility to ensure that that is done. Learn how to handle anger, both our own and our husbands. So when you are angry as a wife, how do you handle your anger? Do you shout at everybody in the house? Do you behave like an angry person even to people who have not angered you? Do you shout at your husband in front of your children? Do you talk to him in an arrogant way in front of the children? That one is a trigger that when you see your husband feeling disrespected, even by the children, it's the way you communicate to him in a way that he feels that you do not respect him. When he's angry, do you give him time to keep silent, to be quiet, to keep calm, and recollect himself, and maybe be able to have a conversation with you about what maybe made him angry as a wife. So we as women hold a very big responsibility to the key to happiness in our marriages, because we are the pillars. As much as our husbands are the lead, we are the pillars. And we define the moods in our houses. A woman will wake up in the morning and she will ensure that her family is going to be happy, just by making a decision that no matter what we are going through as a family, no matter the challenges we are going through as a family, I am going to ensure that my family is going to be happy, that my husband is going to be comfortable, no matter what we are going through. It's all about wisdom and reading the mood in the home and realizing that, oh, things are not going to work as maybe I see them, but I'm going to ensure that things are going to work out right, because it is a decision I've made as a wife and as a mother, as a supporter, as a wife, as a pillar, because that is who we are. So the other one is you increase the self-confidence of your husband, and at the same time allows his love for affection. You see, the self-confidence in your husband, you can really determine it as a wife. And how do you do that? How do you determine it as a wife? Because you see, you cannot wake up in the morning telling your husband how discouraged you are with him, how he's not doing what he's supposed to do, how he is not doing things right as maybe you would expect him to do them. And maybe the way you are telling him is in a harsh way, is in a disrespectful manner, shouting at him in the house. And let me tell you something, if there's something that men feel bad about, is the way you communicate to them. That alone demotivates them. That alone kills their self-confidence. As a woman, learn how to talk to your husband. Learn how to communicate. The negative things and the positive things. Learn how to communicate to them. And that one is going to lead you to a happy marriage. No complaint. It's not about money. It's not about what you have. It's about how you communicate and how you handle issues as a wife. The other one is comfort your man when he's discouraged, support him in his career. So what is that your husband does? Do you communicate? Do you support him at his workplace? He will come home discouraged. Do you support him? What do you tell him when he comes home and maybe he doesn't have enough money and he has not maybe been able to do the things that maybe you people had agreed? Do you wait for him and discourage him and tell him that your income is very low, it is not even helping us, your job is not helping us? What do you do as a wife? Because I believe, as I said, we are encouragers. So do you encourage him and tell him it doesn't matter what we are going through right now? My belief is that things are going to work out as a wife. The other point I had written is let go worrying about finances. Feel secure in your husband's ability to provide for your family. Even if your husband is not going to be able to provide everything that maybe you agreed or maybe you feel that he is supposed to provide for your family, are you confident in him that he will do it, even if not at that right time? Do you believe in him? Do you support him emotionally? Do you make him feel confident that even if your finances are not enough today, we are going to work with whatever we have? And I believe, you see, as a woman, you are the one who sets the pace in your home, that even if this money is not enough, if my husband provides today, tomorrow, I don't know how things are going to work, but either way, he will have that which you didn't have yesterday. Just put the faith in him. Just believe in him and make him know that you believe in him. Let them understand that even if things are not working, you as a wife believe in him. You are going to build his self-esteem and his self-confidence. The other one is the way you become a humble wife, like how you become a humble wife in the midst of all these challenges. Like your husband is in that situation whereby he is feeling like he is not enough, but your humility and respect will make him feel that he is doing the best. And that is very important for us. There's a verse I wanted to read in the book of 1 Peter chapter 3, 1 to 2. 1 Peter chapter 3, 1 to 2. I'm going to read. And now let me speak to the wives. Be devoted to your own husbands, so that even if some of them do not obey the word of God, your kind conduct may win them over without you saying a thing. For when they observe your pure godly life before God, it will impact them deeply. This is for the women who are maybe born again and their husbands are not born again. Women who do right and maybe they feel that their husbands do not do right. There are those women who say that their husbands are drunkards and they feel bad, they don't want to be them. So how do you speak to them? How do you behave as a wife in such a way, as the Bible has told us, that your conduct may win them over without you saying a thing? That you do not need to tell them anything, but just by the way you behave, just by the way you carry yourself at home, just by the way you become a responsible wife even when your husband is not there, the way you become a caring mother to your children. Your husband does not need to be told what to do. Just by your actions, he is able to do what he's supposed to do. And I believe that when we do that, our marriages will be happy marriages. We are going to have maybe many more topics to speak about and to encourage one another on how to have a happy marriage. But first, we women are the determinants of our happy marriage. We carry the keys to our happy marriage. We carry the happiness to our happy marriages. Because how do you become a fascinating woman and you don't want to have a happy marriage? For you to have a happy marriage, for you to have a successful marriage, you have to be a successful, attractive woman. And what does attractive mean? Respect attracts people. Humility attracts people. Kindness attracts people. The same way, humility will attract your husband. Kindness will attract your husband. Just be that kind woman. Just be that humble woman. Just be that patient woman with your husband. Do not give them pressure, and things are going to work out. Women, let's love our families. Let's support our spouses. Let's be with them even when things are not working, because when God blesses you, He will remember how you used to behave even when you didn't have anything. And when we become supporters and pillars of our families, we are going to succeed. Our children are going to emulate us. And even in their families, just as I said, I emulate what my mom used to do. I emulate my parents' marriage. And sometimes I feel, wow, they did the best. And I admire even what they are today. And that is why I am who I am today. Thank you so much, guys, for listening to me. Thank you so much, guys, for all this. If you have any questions, if you have any topic you would want us to discuss about, maybe you can leave it on the comment section. We are going to handle it. But thank you so much. Continue subscribing on She Got This. Continue liking, continue sharing. And I love you so much. See you.